All right. Hello, my name is Freeman Michaels.
And my name is Danielle St. John. I'm running for Congress in California's 49th District. And I am actually running on a platform that most of you know what it's called, but it's the Cooperative Economy. And we have had a whole lot of questions about what this is, and we've we've explained it in the live streams, and we've done it. We've done a PowerPoint
Yeah, we did a
presentation.
little PowerPoint, and that was
Yeah.
like 45 minutes. People were like, oh, you got to cut it down.
Right. So people wanted a shorter version.
So we're going to do a kind of a world premiere of our 7-minute video on the cooperative economy explained. And we've already had requests to make it down to a 2-minute version, so get your 5-minute ab jokes ready, and we will do that at some point in the future. Anyway, enjoy. This is the cooperative economy explained in 7 minutes. Let's assume your goal is to live in peace and abundance. People generally want the basics and are willing to do their part. To get the basics, we go to school, compete in the game of business, and address our differences in the government. Scarcity exists throughout this system because abundance, self-sufficiency, and independence are not profitable. The goal of the game becomes influence over others.
We're on treadmills. We're just hamsters on treadmills fucking running our asses off. And they just slowly take away the treadmills. And we just hop onto the other treadmill and then fucking start pummeling my fucking treadmill. And we beat the shit out. And no one ever goes, why are we on these treadmills?
The referees in this game are there to prevent the players from taking things too far. The goal of the players, however, is to always take it further. Over time, the players gain too much influence, poisoning the spirit of the game. It becomes increasingly difficult to achieve peace and abundance.
Would you play a game of chess with a guy who every time he needed to just added his pieces back onto the board? And you're like, wow, he's a really good chess player. If I just worked harder. No, you'd flip over the fucking board. You'd flip over the board and then you'd click that little clock as a final fuck you. Click.
It becomes increasingly difficult to achieve peace and abundance. Rather than working 40 hours a week to live, communities can cooperate with better results doing less work. This happens because cooperation negates the need for stockholders, expensive executive staff, lawyers to protect intellectual property, marketing departments to convince people to feel bad about themselves but their product can help them. The goal in a cooperative economy becomes the service rather than the profit. And the efficiency benefits the workers with more free time as opposed to making more money for stockholders. Rather than paying for infotainment and for-profit skewed dramatization of facts, communities can set up a system where news becomes disseminated based on its relevance as rated by the community, and the goal of individual journalists becomes quality rather than quantity. Rather than trusting the FDA and drug industry to diagnose us, or trusting the health insurance industry whose profit increases when our health problems are not solved, communities can build up their open source health network to provide basic services at a fraction of the cost. Healthcare instead of sick care. Much like compound interest that pays you dividends for doing nothing, investing in your community pays future dividends, especially when shared with the world. This is called the cooperative economy. As community-oriented services grow, the need to play the capitalist game diminishes. The game itself is phased out due to a lack of demand, and all the negative side effects that come with a society competing for the basics. Homelessness, unemployment, lack of resources, all these human-made problems become part of the past. John in San Diego does a little research online and grows food in a sustainable fashion, providing enough for his family and his neighbors. John shares how he did it in a blog. Sally in Los Angeles likes what John did, but finds a way to save water without changing the crop yield. She then shares how she did it. Steve in Silicon Valley likes the saving water aspect, but doesn't like the labor. He figures out how to automate most of it and shares his results. John's friend then takes the latest version and implements it for his community, creating some friendly competition. As more communities cooperate, the better our overall processes will be. As efficiency grows, the benefits go to the community in terms of less work required for the same output. Capitalism uses this efficiency to enrich the stockholders. And much like compound interest, communities investing in themselves while sharing knowledge will be paid continual dividends in the future. Investments pay off by having an independent local food supply that is humane, healthy, and stable. You won't have to wonder if research used to validate a drug was done by a drug company. You won't have to worry if the energy you are using is polluting the planet. You won't have to worry about schools not having enough resources. You won't have to worry about housing. You won't have to worry if a top-down oriented business has an agenda. You will be free to focus on your life and your family. The only question then becomes, when resources are available to you and your community, what will you do?
Mind evolution. Open up to the unknown. Mind evolution. Open up to the unknown.
There you have it. Thank you for watching. We would both love to hear any feedback you have, positive or negative, constructive criticism, whatever. We are all kind of in this boat in the same time, in the same place, and it's kind of a sink or swim for all of us on this planet. And it's the whole think globally, act locally, but on steroids. And if we do it this way, we really can make a difference.
Okay, so
All right, that's...
no, I think that's all we have.
All right, see you guys on the interwebs.
Okay.